Hello everyone. As you can see, I'm now down to 19 stone and 4 pounds. I lost 2 pounds last week. Sorry it's been a bit of time since I've come back to you, but it's been a little bit hectic here. But pretty proud of that. So good times. Hopefully I can keep it going every week. Just wanted to have a quick conversation with you about how things are going, the good, the bad, the indifferent, about what I've been doing so far. Just to start on the good, I'm sleeping a lot better, which for me is an absolute relief because I was struggling at some points of not sleeping very well. I think it was a lot to do with the food that I was eating, plus the fact that I would have caffeine all the way past 3 o'clock into the evening. Probably didn't help. I know that might be a lot of common sense for people, but I would say try and stay away from caffeine from 3 o'clock at the latest. Possibly even in the afternoon, you know, but 3 o'clock I think you'll be absolutely fine, especially if you went for something like a green tea, which is a little less caffeinated, you know. I'm getting no headaches anymore, and I think that's a lot to do with the fact that I've cut out the sugar and got past the first 3 days. The first 3 days you're gonna get a lot of headaches. If you have a lot of sugar like I did in the past, you're gonna get a lot of headaches, so please expect that. It will subside probably about 3 days in. So just keep with it, I promise you it will subside. My sugar cravings have subsided actually, which is always useful, because it's one thing I massively struggle with. So get rid of those, good times. The bad. I went for a run yesterday and I have to say I felt pretty weak afterwards. So it's probably due to the fact that I don't have much sugar anymore, and I have lowered the carbohydrates I have. Although the night before I did have a chicken sandwich, so that I had a bit of carbs in for me for the next day, but obviously it wasn't enough because afterwards I felt pretty groggy and didn't have much energy or strength. So I decided I needed sugar to just lift those sugar levels back up again. So I had a quick can of Coke just to get it in me quite quickly. Another bad point, I do crave carbs more than ever. I do get to have carbs, I don't have them too often, and I try and steer away from them for breakfast and sometimes lunch, not too much at lunch. But some dinners, depending on what activity I'm doing the next day, I will have some carbohydrates, just in order to build me up for some sport that I might be doing. But yeah, on the diet side, on the whole, it's going pretty well. I'm convinced I'm going to lose even more this next week when I do the weigh-in on the Sunday, but hopefully I'm right. I just want to have a quick chat about some of the teas that I've been having and maybe show you some of them. So I've spoke to you about Power Matcha. This is Power Matcha, powderized tea, green tea. Like I said to you, there's plenty of energy, plenty of caffeine, plenty of goodness though. I know there's a lot of caffeine and some people out there won't like a huge amount of caffeine, but this has got a lot of goodness in it as well. It'll give you that boost. So if you're ever struggling, Power Matcha is the one to have. This is something that I have more regularly, which is the TEATOX tea, as you can see there. Sorry, my aiming into the camera's pretty bad. So yeah, TEATOX tea. This tastes great. It's really, really good for you, and it helps those bowels get moving. Sorry, I know it's not the nicest thing for me to talk about. Then I mentioned about having spearmint and ginger. Obviously, a lot of people will know that ginger is pretty good for the digestive system too, and healthiness, but also oolong tea. If you look up oolong on Google, you'll find there's lots and lots of health benefits to oolong tea. It's really, really good for you. Now, a lot of people go on and on and on about green tea. It is really good for you, but some people don't like it. Now, it tastes bitter. It just doesn't taste nice, Alex. You know, it's not good tea at all. Now, it's probably the way that you brew it. It should be brewed between 70 to 80 degrees, and it gives it a much more natural sweetness rather than bitterness. So that's a top tip for you. But having said that, if you don't want to go for a normal green tea, then try something like Cherry Blossom Sencha. It's got green tea in, but it's got a bit of cherry, so it has a nice flavour. Great hot or cold. Then just moving on to the evenings. So after 3, as I said, you want to kick the caffeine in any way, shape or form, because it will keep you up at night, especially if you're not eating as much, you know. There's less for your body to digest it with, you know. So I would kick from the caffeine from the evening. Move to something like a rooibos. I say rooibos, you could have decaf tea, you could have like a herbal tea, a chamomile or something like that, but let's be a bit more interesting. So we've got rooibos here. So this one's the creme caramel one that we have. We've also got the honey soother. It's great if you're feeling a bit down as well, that one. And all my staff's favourite and my favourite, the amaretti. So in the evening times have that. It's a little bit different, and also it's really healthy for you as well. It's from South Africa, it's called Red Bush, look it up as well. But I've really got to go. Sorry that I've left it for so long. I will come back to you as and when I can. In fact, watch out, I'm going to be putting some top tips up, but also experimenting at home with some new recipes with tea. So thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you later.